The idea of changing your life feels like an impossible mission to many. But what if the real path to success wasn't about fighting the world, but becoming unshakable from within? Most people chase money, status, approval, and even when they get it, they feel empty. But because they never learned to conquer themselves. Financial freedom matters, of course. But the secret lies in using money as a tool, not an end goal. Those who grasp this start playing a different game. One where Stoicism isn't just philosophy, it's a lifestyle. This video's premise is simple but profound. Real transformation starts within. And when your mind shifts, everything around you shifts too. Life will knock you down. That's a fact. But there's a way to walk steady, even through storms. The Stoics knew this millennia ago. They didn't seek to erase suffering, they understood pain as part of growth. Think of a strong tree. It became resilient by facing wind, scorching sun, droughts. The human mind works the same. To achieve true prosperity, the kind that sustains financial freedom and emotional balance, you need deep roots. Motivational quotes won't magically fix things. The path is internal. Here, we'll explore 10 Stoic secrets that can redefine how you exist in the world. Look around. How many people are trapped fighting battles that aren't theirs? Trying to change their boss, partner, the government, traffic, but never pausing to observe the chaos inside. That's the trap, battling the external without mastering the internal. This is where Stoicism becomes a map to freedom. Imagine peace that doesn't depend on anyone. Imagine making money, achieving dreams, but with ease without losing your mind or soul in the process. That's what we're diving into. There's a quiet force inside everyone, but few know how to access it. It doesn't shout or demand, but it transforms. When you learn to live from that place, everything shifts. Financial freedom stops being about your bank balance. It becomes about what you truly value. And what matters most is what no one can take from you: your peace, clarity, and direction. If you want real change, starting now and lasting forever, these 10 Stoic secrets could be the key. This isn't about withdrawing from the world, but navigating it wisely. And wisdom, my friend, is worth more than gold. It helps you make better decisions, handle difficult people, and choose where to invest your time, even your money. Ever notice how some people seem lucky all the time? Truth is, they have clarity. They know what they want. And that clarity comes from a place most never visit. This video is your invitation to go there. That feeling of chasing something but never arriving? It's a sign of living outside in. The first Stoic secret we'll uncover flips that script. When you operate inside out, the external aligns effortlessly. Prosperity, money, peace, they flow naturally when your foundation is solid. But that foundation requires attention, practice, and discipline. Imagine waking up without anxiety, without that suffocating avalanche of thoughts. Just peace, clarity, direction. Sounds distant? It's not. It's built through small habits like journaling, 5-minute meditations, or even intentional silence. Simple acts with massive impact. When you tap into that calm, you stop relying on the world to feel okay. That's freedom. Real change begins when we stop blaming the outside world and take ownership of our peace. That doesn't mean silent acceptance, it's choosing how to respond. Imagine the power in controlling your reaction to chaos. Stoicism teaches that financial freedom, prosperity, and even business success start with self-mastery. Those who learn this see opportunities where others see problems. It's like waking up. Everyone wants to succeed, but few dare to look inward. Most numb themselves with distractions, social media, shopping, overwork. But life demands payment. Those who neglect their inner world drown in the external. The Stoics proposed a radical alternative: live with less, think deeper, act wisely. Sounds like a manual for prosperity, right? It is. And the best part? It's available to anyone willing to practice. As we reveal the first secret, ask yourself, what if the peace you seek isn't in the future, but inside you right now? Ataraxia is the unseen peace everyone misses. A calm that doesn't depend on bank balances, weather, or others' behavior. It's the eye of the hurricane. The Stoics believed happiness lies not in things, but in how we handle them. And here's the twist. Those who achieve this state attract financial freedom, prosperity, and even wealth because they act with balance. Picture someone who negotiates, works, invests, and relates without emotional turbulence. That person holds a rare, silent power. We often think happiness comes after achievement, the car, the house, the promotion. But that chase is exhausting. The mind never rests because desire never ends. Ataraxia breaks the cycle. It teaches that inner peace is the ultimate prize. Ironically, when you're at peace, the impossible starts flowing. Success becomes a byproduct, not an obsession. A calm mind makes better decisions, including financial ones. So before chasing money, chase serenity. Inner peace is built. Like any construction, it requires effort. Meditating 5 minutes daily is a simple start. Journaling before bed unloads mental clutter. Intentional silence, moments without phones or noise, reshapes your mindset. Small, consistent actions yield massive results. The closer you get to peace, the clearer your path to real change. Example, a stressful work delay or argument. An untrained mind reacts impulsively. A trained one observes, chooses its response. That pause between stimulus and reaction is where freedom lives. And when cultivated, it spreads to money, projects, even failure. Inner peace lets you see what truly matters. That's prosperity at its core. The peaceful don't sell out. They don't trade principles for temporary praise. That's why they win. They act with purpose and long-term vision. Inner calm attracts trust, and trust creates opportunities. Doors open faster for those who move with steadiness. Ever noticed the most successful rarely panic? They've mastered this. And that lesson is worth more than gold. Modern life pushes everyone into frenzy, as if busyness equals importance. But true mastery lies in pausing, breathing, and acting consciously, even when urgency screams. Ataraxia invites you to slow down without losing momentum. It's acting from clarity, not haste. And that makes all the difference in prospering without losing yourself. Sometimes peace hides in simplicity: morning coffee, a quiet walk, a real conversation. These are pockets of ataraxia in chaos. The more you value them, the more you see success isn't noise, competition, or exhaustion. The Stoic path wins inside out, with purpose, balance, and fulfillment. That's when things align. The breakthrough comes when you realize inner peace isn't escape, it's strength. A quiet force that keeps you whole even as the world crumbles. And once cultivated, it prepares the ground for something deeper. Detachment isn't renouncing everything, it's knowing what's worth carrying. Many confuse it with neglect, but it's the opposite. Conscious detachment is freedom. When you stop emotionally relying on what's beyond your control, you find a peace money can't buy. And here's the paradox, that lightness creates space for real prosperity. A clear mind makes clear decisions. That's how you change your life inside out, with purpose and ease. The Stoics taught that much suffering stems from expectation. Wanting people to act as we wish, life to follow our mental scripts. But the world doesn't work that way. Letting go of expectation, but not hope, is like leaving an invisible prison. Ironically, those who release control attract opportunities, because they focus on what they can do, not what others should do. Practical example, at work, if you crave recognition or promotions, you'll frustrate yourself. But if you focus on improving your skills and excellence, you'll stand out naturally. Same with relationships. Detaching from control fosters authentic connections. And long-term, that's how you build lasting success. Detachment applies to money too. How many believe they'll only be happy at a certain income? Chasing financial freedom becomes a mental prison. But when money is a tool, not a purpose, everything shifts. You invest, save, and diversify income streams, without desperation. Because your worth isn't in what you have, but who you are. This takes practice. Minds love attaching, even to useless things. So detach daily. Donate unused clothes, reassess goals, observe your reactions when others disappoint. These small acts train your mind to release. And the lighter you become, the freer you are to prosper consciously. Here's the beauty: detachment isn't lack of love. It's mature love. Loving people as they are, not as you wish they'd be. That frees you in them. In such spaces, relationships thrive, business flows, and money comes easier because the energy is clean, free of hidden demands. Some cling to years-old grudges, outdated plans, or soul-draining jobs out of fear. The Stoics would say, focus on what you can control. In other words, have the courage to release what holds you back. This isn't philosophy, it's a lifestyle. And it creates space for a stronger, lighter, more prosperous you. When detachment becomes practice, you see that what felt like loss was actually liberation. And with that clarity, you open the door to the next level. Simplicity isn't lack, it's presence. It's when life stops being noisy and starts being meaningful. The Stoics saw simplicity as the foundation of true prosperity. By removing excess, the essential thrives. Like a clean room, you breathe, think, and live better. The mind works the same. Fewer distractions, less mental clutter, more clarity, more direction. Simplifiers gain time. And time, well spent, creates financial freedom and real change. Ever feel exhausted despite doing little? Often, it's from excess, clutter, thoughts, pointless commitments. Simplicity is choosing with intent. Look at your closet, schedule, or goals and ask, what here truly matters? When you filter this way, you'll see many pains came from an inflated lifestyle, confusing having more with winning. True victory is living light. Simplicity isn't rejecting comfort, it's finding joy in genuineness. Home-cooked meals, sunsets, a good book. Want to live more consciously? Read Essentialism by Greg McKeown. It shows how focusing on what matters transforms productivity, relationships, even finances. Less distraction means aligned action, and that, over time, generates more money and peace. Many hoard things seeking security, but excess is often fear in disguise, fear of lack. When you trust life's flow and your inner resources, that fear weakens. You need far less than you think to be happy. That awareness brings autonomy. Autonomy is power, and conscious power is how you succeed with purpose. Look around. What are you holding onto that's lost meaning? An object, friendship, old goal? Simplicity invites inner and outer decluttering. When you remove weight, lightness shines. This applies to your space and routine. A simple, intentional schedule outperforms a packed, empty one. Prosperity flourishes in that lightness. Life's most memorable moments are often the simplest. Laughter, rainy day coffee, silence amid chaos. These cost nothing but are priceless. The Stoics knew this. They sought not luxury, but freedom. And simplicity was the shortcut, because those content with little are never enslaved by much. That's real power. What if you invested your time, energy, and money more deliberately? What if, instead of buying more, you lived more? Simplicity teaches that quality always beats quantity, that doing less with more presence yields greater results. Less fatigue, more clarity. Less doubt, more trust. And that equilibrium attracts new opportunities. Those who find beauty in simplicity discover an abundance beyond numbers. A quiet, internal abundance that reorganizes everything. And when that happens, the next step becomes inevitable. Being present is a superpower almost no one uses. The modern mind is stuck between past and future. But Stoicism teaches that life only happens now. And when you truly grasp that, everything changes. The past can't be touched, the future can't be controlled. Only the present can be lived. This is one of the greatest secrets to success, because now is where you plant seeds of financial freedom, prosperity, and peace. It's easy to get lost in, when I get that job, when I have more money, when I meet the right person, but that postpones happiness. The truth? If you can't be fully here, later will never satisfy. The Stoics believed every moment, no matter how small, holds transformation. Want to change your life? Start by being more present. In conversations, tasks, even breaths. A powerful practice is journaling, writing daily about feelings, lessons, and growth. Another is mindful breathing, even for 2 minutes. Try the Insight Timer app for short guided meditations. Presence doesn't require hours, just intention. The more present you are, the more you notice overlooked opportunities and ideas. Living present doesn't ignore the future. It means acting now with awareness. Present-minded people make better decisions, financial ones too. They're more attentive to spending, committed to goals, and aligned with what matters. That directly fuels financial freedom. You can't change your life while mentally stuck in regrets or worries. Transformative action only happens here and now. Here's the truth. An anxious mind is a weak mind, not from lack of ability, but lack of presence. Anchoring your focus on the present brings clarity. And clarity generates power. You'll see that many problems aren't in the now, they're stories your mind tells about past or future. Presence is like turning on a light. Suddenly, you see where to step, and that prevents unnecessary falls. The Stoics trained presence through daily reflection. They wrote about actions, improvements, and what was beyond control. Today, with endless distractions, this practice is urgent. Reduce social media, create silent moments, do one thing at a time. Presence strengthens your life, work, love, and prosperity. Example, when with someone, be with them. Put away your phone. Listen. It's a small shift with huge impact. Same with work. Focus on one task at a time. Result? Less stress, more productivity, more clarity. And clarity leads to strategic decisions that actually help you succeed. Living present isn't just spiritual, it's a practical tool for prospering. Because in the now, you access your best self. And when that self becomes your default, a new level of courage emerges. Fear is natural. Everyone feels it. The difference is how you handle it. The Stoics believed fear, when faced, becomes a source of courage. It's not about not feeling fear, it's not letting it decide for you. Want to change your life? You'll need to walk with fear. Because courage isn't fear's absence, it's action despite it. And that's what separates those who thrive from those who just survive. Most people freeze at the unknown. What if I fail? Lose money? Get no support. But the Stoics showed that the real risk is inaction. Staying put guarantees nothing changes. Winners act without absolute certainty. They stare fear down and say, "You don't run this show." When that happens, fear weakens and courage guides the way. Practical example, someone wants to invest but fears losing money. That fear is real, but not a life sentence. Start small. Study. Test symbolic amounts. Books like The Intelligent Investor, Benjamin Graham, or Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, demystify money. Fear shrinks as ignorance fades. The more you learn, the more confident you become. Knowledge is fear's antidote. Another key is understanding fear's roots. Sometimes it's past experiences, other times, childhood beliefs. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining the worst-case scenario. This helps you see that most fears are bearable. And if bearable, they shouldn't paralyze you. Courage is built by rationalizing fear until it's no longer oversized. Courage is acting while trembling inside. Sending that email, asking for a raise, filming your first video, leaving a dead-end relationship. Every small brave choice alters your path. And with that shift comes freedom. The less fear controls you, the more you own yourself. And self-ownership is how you seize financial freedom, because you won't let insecurity make you miss opportunities. Fear also appears when you're about to grow. It's an alarm for leaving comfort zones. Next time fear arises, ask, what could I gain by facing this? Often, behind fear lies exactly what you've been seeking. A new career, project, love, or version of yourself. Facing fears builds a sturdier path to prosperity. Courage isn't noise, it's motion. It's showing up daily, stepping forward even when the world says no. Committing to growth. Studying, trying, failing, adjusting. The world belongs to those who move. And those who move courageously turn obstacles into steps. This isn't fluff, it's the practice of those truly committed to changing their lives. When fear becomes familiar and courage a habit, you start needing less than you thought. And that's when a new value takes root. Desire is human. The problem is when it becomes obsession. The Stoics knew, the more you need something to be happy, the more enslaved you are by it. That's why they valued moderation. Not living without pleasure, but not depending on it. Distinguishing fleeting wants from real needs is a game changer for success. Those who master this live freer, more prosperous, and less anguished lives. Society pushes more is better, more money, status, achievements. But does that bring fulfillment? Moderation asks, do I really need this, or am I filling a void? Intentional living reveals that essentials don't weigh you down. And lightness lets the mind think clearly about finances, relationships, goals. Everything aligns. A practical tool is fasting, not just from food, but consumption. Skip shopping for a weekend. Go a day without social media. Feel the difference. This trains freedom. Moderation isn't deprivation, it's choice. Saying no to excess lets you say yes to essentials. Result? More focus, clarity, time, and money for what matters. True financial freedom isn't about earning millions, it's needing less to live well. Moderators understand this. Picture a comfortable life, with margin, no debt, no status chasing. That's winning smartly. It's sustainable. It gives autonomy. And it lets you build prosperity that withstands crises. The Stoics saw unchecked desire as blindness and moderation as restored sight. When you desire less, you enjoy more. A simple meal becomes a feast. A walk turns meditative. Time with loved ones feels eternal. This isn't romanticism, it's presence, contentment, balance. And it prepares you to face the world with strength, emotional intelligence, and better decisions. Moderation also protects you from yourself. Ever regretted an impulsive purchase? A greed-driven investment? A heated decision? A moderate mind pauses. It calculates impact. In reality, this prevents losses, protects relationships, and keeps you on track. Moderation is wisdom in action. You don't need to reject pleasure, just savor it consciously. Occasional fine wine beats weekly bottles. A planned trip brings more joy than impulsive debt. Moderation elevates experiences. When everything's excessive, nothing's special. Discovering this creates a life of purpose, less waste, and more presence. Over time, moderation becomes a lifestyle. And those who live this way unlock a new skill. Self-control is the foundation of every great achievement. The Stoics treated discipline as non-negotiable. When you master your emotions, your actions gain direction. That's where financial freedom, prosperity, and personal transformation begin. Without self-control, desire becomes sabotage, emotions storms, and the mind chaos. But when you learn to pause before reacting, you gain a rare edge, power over yourself. Most people act like victims of circumstance. I'm angry because of X. I overate because I was stressed. I overspent because I was sad. Truth? No one makes you do anything. You choose, even unconsciously. Self-control starts with awareness. Noticing your impulses creates space between stimulus and response. And that space is where real freedom lives, including financial freedom. A practical exercise: start each day visualizing challenges. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum. Imagine bad traffic, rude people, setbacks. Preparing your mind helps you respond calmly. When things happen, you're not blindsided. Simple, but transformative. This makes you less reactive and more strategic, and strategic people make better money, business, and relationship decisions. Self-control also applies to consumption. What you watch, read, and who you surround yourself with shapes your mind. So curate intentionally. Swap 10 mindless social media minutes for 10 pages of a book. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius is a Stoic classic on self-mastery. Feeding your mind wisdom naturally leads to wiser actions. And awareness fuels prosperity. In practice, self-control is not reacting impulsively. It's breathing when you want to yell. It's sending that email, asking for the raise, or quitting what no longer serves you. Each small disciplined choice changes your trajectory. And with that comes freedom, because the less controlled by impulses, the more you own yourself. And self-ownership is how you achieve financial freedom without missing opportunities. Self-control also means guarding your inputs. The mind absorbs what you feed it. Choose content, conversations, and environments that align with your goals. A distracted mind can't focus. A cluttered mind can't create. Discipline isn't restriction, it's liberation from chaos. The Stoics saw self-control as the root of true power. Because when you govern yourself, the external world loses its grip. You stop chasing validation, quick fixes, or temporary highs. Instead, you build lasting success, step by disciplined step. And when self-control becomes habit, you realize you're capable of far more than you imagined. That's when the final secret unfolds. Let me know if you'd like any further refinements.